now tuned in
You are now tuned into
to the realest show on YouTube with your host, the Angryman.
Ooh wee, ooh wee, ooh wee. Barack Obama. Ooh wee, Barack Obama. They are tearing you up on the internet right now. It's been a long time. Yo, I thought that Magic Johnson got drugged. Nah, bruh. No, they literally taking you to the woodshed, bruh. I'm talking about they on the internet verbally spanking you like Toby. And I don't know what you was thinking. Now, let me say this. I gotta say, I'm actually proud of black men. I'm proud of y'all. Because any of you that saw my show I did the other day about Barack Obama, I was heated. I was upset. And I was like, yo, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm going to be delusional for a second. Because you know what I like to think? Because when I did that show the other day, I didn't see that many people talking about it. I didn't see that many people talking about it on the internet. I didn't see that many people on TikTok. I didn't see that many people on YouTube. So I like to feel like I played a role in that because I went off. I don't know if y'all saw it or not. I said flat out, yo, how are you black men gonna let Barack Obama play in our faces like that? How are you gonna allow it? And like I said, he not gonna give no other group of men no lecture like that. He would not dare lecture white men like that. He would not dare lecture Latin men like that. He would not dare lecture Asian men like that. That Negro was talking to us like we were children. You ain't our daddy, Barack Obama. What's the matter with you? And I'm going to tell you what's even more hilarious, right? What's even more hilarious is how you strolled out there thinking you was going to have the same juice you used to have back in the day. You ain't got no juice no more, Negro. When you first got elected, was there a lot of excitement around you? Yes. Yes, there was. But guess what? When you got elected, my son was turning 3 years old. My son was turning 3 years old when you got elected. Well, somewhere around that time. That same son of mine will be turning 19 this year. This ain't your era no more, bruh. What did Eminem say? What did he say? He said, you just gotta admit when your run is over. You gotta admit when your run is at its end. And see, you could have prolonged that run. In fact, you could have done one thing. You could have literally done one thing. And if you had did that one thing, just one, If you would have came out while you were president and condemned police brutality against black men specifically, niggas would have loved you until your last days, bruh. Dudes would be in tears when you get older. But you couldn't even do it. You couldn't even do it. I don't even recall you Kamala has referred to herself as black more than you have. Bet y'all didn't pay attention to that, did you? You want to know why Kamala has referred to herself as black more than he has? Because he's never had to. He's never had to. He's never had to. When he first started running for president, y'all took one look at him and assumed he was one of us. And he ran with it. He let you continue with that assumption. But here's the question. Culturally, is he one of us? Because I'm going to tell you something right now. Just because a nigga walk cool, just because a nigga shoot basketball, just because a nigga learn slang, that don't mean he one of us. In fact, I'm going to tell you how I know he not one of us. Because he didn't do shit for you. He didn't do shit for you. That's how you know. That's how you know. But you thought you was slick. You thought you was going to come out here and you thought you was going to give us a lecture. But see, this is where you miscalculated. After vax that thing up and no voting, no vucking, and the strip club ad, black men are tired of being disrespected. And you've done it for so long that it's become commonplace. Like, prime example is the little clip I showed y'all at the beginning of my show. Right here.
When we're looking at these polls and we're looking at who is voting for Trump, you've got 53% of white women that voted for him in 2020. We've got to reach those women. We've got to reach those ridiculous, crazy black men that did vote for Trump. We've got to reach those people. We've got to reach the Cuban men in Miami that overwhelmingly voted for Trump.
You explain to me why this woman was comfortable sitting her ass up there talking about the voters, the voting demographics that they needed to reach, but the only group she wanted to insult were black men. She should be made to apologize. She should be made to apologize for that statement. And I'm not even joking. I'm so serious right now. She said 58% of white women voted for Donald Trump. We got to reach that group. We also got to reach these crazy black men that vote. Why we got to be crazy? Why you didn't call the 58% of white women crazy? You know why? Because that's the majority of your studio audience on The View. Right? Am I right? Why didn't you insult Latin men? Why you didn't insult Cuban men?
When we're looking at these polls and we're looking at who is voting for Trump, you've got 53% of white women that voted for him in 2020. We've got to reach those women. We've got to reach those ridiculous, crazy black men that did vote for Trump. We've got to reach those people.
See, the world is comfortable insulting us. And that's why Barack Obama was comfortable doing what he did. That's why he was comfortable doing what he did. Now, what I wanna know is how many of y'all are gonna refer to this woman as racist? In fact, what did Barack Obama have to say?
I'm going to go ahead and just speak some truths, if you don't mind. Yes. Because my understanding, based on reports I'm getting from campaigns and communities, is that we have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running. Now, I also want to say that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers. So if you don't mind, just for a second, I'm going to speak to y'all directly and say that when you have a choice that is this clear, when on the one hand you have somebody who grew up like you, knows you, went to college with you, understands the struggles and pain and joy that comes from those experiences, who's had to work harder and do more and overcome and achieves the second highest office in the land and is putting forward concrete proposals to directly address the things that are vital in our neighborhoods and our communities, from housing to making sure that our mothers and our fathers and our grandparents can afford medicine, and making sure that we are dealing with prices that are too high and rents that are too high, and are committed to making sure that we maintain the Affordable Care Act. So
now, let me pause it for a second. While he is describing Kamala Harris, what do you notice? What do you notice? While this man is describing Kamala Harris, what do you notice about what he's saying? What does anybody notice something? What do you notice? I want to see if anybody noticed it. You said he ain't, let's see, she like us, he ain't saying nothing that affects Gen Z. I just hear the same old tired promises. Uncle Ben, the House Speaker was right. What do you notice about you said how defeated them brothers look back there? Well, first and foremost, as far as the brothers that's in the background, let me break something down for you. As far as the brothers in the background, first thing you need to pay attention to is they're in a Harris Walls if you look at all of that stuff on the walls. He's not talking to the general public. That's not what I wanted to point out, but I gotta point that out in addition to the main point about what's happening right now. He's not talking to the general public. He's talking to a group of black men that's already working on the Harris campaign. He's talking to a group of Negroes that's voting for Kamala anyway. He's not talking to he's not talking to a general group of people. But that's not the thing that I wanted to point out that he's doing, right? The main thing that you notice, or maybe you didn't notice, he's struggling. When you listen to him talking to these brothers, describing Kamala, trying to make a case for her, really trying to make a case for her for whoever's watching, because he's not really making that case for them. He's trying to make a case for whoever's watching. But if you notice, he's struggling. Now, here's my question. When have you ever known Barack Obama to struggle while he's conveying his thoughts? Barack Obama is a very good speaker. He has never had this level of difficulty speaking to a crowd, motivating a crowd, conveying his thoughts. The reason why he's struggling, because he don't believe what the hell he's saying. He know what's coming out of his mouth is bullshit. But he think we don't know that he don't like Kamala. We've been known this, Barack. We knew this before she got in office, before she became VP. We know you didn't like her. Most of the Democrats don't like her. And I'm going to tell you something right now. You are torpedoing your legacy. What's left of it. And whether you know it or not, you made yourself look crazy, bro. In fact, everybody that parts their lips to try to convince everybody of her qualifications makes themselves look crazy while they're doing it.
Everybody's got to help it and cares about things like education and entrepreneurship in our neighborhoods. And that's on one side. And on the other side, you have someone who has consistently shown disregard, not just.
Now, if you notice, the moment he switches gears to start talking trash about Trump, then he starts to pick up the pace. Then you start to hear the normal Barack Obama. Soon as he starts to talk about Trump, you see him liven up. You hear that, you feel the energy go up. You feel him start to convey his thoughts better. And we already know what it is as far as that, because ever since you cracked that joke on Trump, back when you were in office, and y'all were at that White House dinner, and you stood up there on that stage and you cracked that joke on Trump, who was sitting in the audience, about how he would never be president. So you've been butthurt ever since he became president, because he proved you wrong.
Maintain the Affordable Care Act, so everybody's got to help it and cares about things like education.
And by the way, it's ironic, because if Trump is a threat to democracy, why did y'all used to have him at the correspondence dinner? Why was he there? Can anybody answer that question for me? Why was Trump at that dinner if he's such a threat to democracy? Mm-hmm.
And entrepreneurship in our neighborhoods. And that's on one side. And on the other side, you have someone who has consistently shown disregard, not just for the communities, but for you as a person.
You're just afraid that the truth will come out.
What truth?
That you lied.
And you're thinking about sitting out? But, you know, because Putin might be. And you're coming up with all kinds of reasons and excuses. I've got a problem with that. Because part of it.
Because I can't tell you how much I don't care. I couldn't even tell you how much.
He said, I got a problem with that. He said, I got a problem with that. You got a problem with that, Barack? You got a problem with it?
And you're coming up with all kinds of reasons and excuses. I've got a problem with that. Because.
You got a problem with that, Barack? You got a problem with it. What y'all think about Barack having a problem with that? What y'all think about Barack having a problem with that? I can tell you what I think about it. This is what I think about it.
Or here's another idea that's going to be very controversial. You could shut the fuck up. Or here's another idea that's going to be very controversial. You could shut the fuck up. Or
you could always do that. you could always go to one of your 3 mansions and relax. You could do that. I'm pretty sure anybody that got 3 mansions definitely has several seats in those mansions. So you could go to those mansions and have several seats. That's what you could do. It's a new day, my boy. It's a new day. What, you thought you was exempt from what Cat Williams was talking about at the beginning of the year? You're not exempt. You should have been somewhere minding your business instead of minding our business. Because I don't know why you think you're the king of Negroes. I don't know why. I don't know what possesses you to think that you're the king of Negroes. Like one brother said, there was one brother on TikTok, he said, you may be a father figure to a lot of these fatherless black men out here in America, but I know who my daddy is. And he ain't you. You ain't nobody. You ain't even got a black son. You ain't nobody's daddy, bro. But Barack Obama is like that dude that comes to the family reunion, right? He's like that uncle that used to have mad juice and was revered because when you went to the family reunion, you was still a kid. That's what Barack Obama is like. See, he got elected back in what, 2008? This man ain't been president since what? Almost 10 years ago? So he's like the uncle that shows up to the family event and think he's still going to talk to you the way he did when you was a little kid. You know, the one that get all offended about some shit and he put his hands on his hips. Because you know, you at the reunion, you feel what I'm saying? And you got the old folks sitting under the tent. You got the old heads sitting over there. But us young folks, us young grown folks, we over by the cars. We over there where the cars is parked because we over there smoking a little bit of weed. And so he comes over there because he can smell the weed. The wind done blew the weed up there. So now he want to come down to the cars where we at and say, hey, you know, we smell that weed up there. So we grown now, nigga. Then what you need to do is you need to walk your ass right on back up there and sit your ass under that damn tent and ask Miss Gladys to make you a damn plate and eat your damn potato salad, nigga, for you mess around and get body slammed down here. The hell you talking to? I got kids that's grown. Talking about, I got a problem with that because you need to vote with, you need to kiss my ass. You don't tell me what to do. You don't tell nobody what to do, Negro. You're former President Barack Obama. You ain't nobody's commander-in-chief right now. Take your ass to Florida and go play golf, nigga. The nerve of this Negro. Negro said, I can't even explain to you how much I don't give a shit about what you think, Negro. They come, and it's funny because, it's like I remember I was watching the little documentary with 50 Cent when he first got signed to Shady Aftermath. And he was standing outside his grandmother's house with his grandfather. And he said, hey, Pop, you remember how the cop try to flex, talking about some give him to me, cause 50's granddad was talking trash to the white cop, and so the black cop was like, let me deal with him, give him to me. He said, who the hell you think you are? Talking about give me to you. Who you think you? Barack is like that. They running around, the Democrats running around like, oh my God, we don't know what to do. We in panic mode. The polls ain't going up. It's looking bad. And Barack is like, well, what's the problem? What's going on? What's the problem? Oh, we not getting the same excitement as when you ran. The black men don't want to vote for us. Oh, well, don't worry. I'll go talk to them. I'll straighten it out. The nerve. As if, oh, well, you know what? They ain't gonna listen to you, but they'll listen to me. Oh, they gonna listen to me. Oh, they gonna listen to me. You gonna show up with your hands on your hip like you big mama. First of all, Negro, how the hell you gonna show up with your hands on your hip like you big mama and you ain't even got a big mama? Never had a big mama. You ain't come out of no black womb, Negro. Both my grandmothers were black women, chocolate women. Can you say the same, Negro? Coming giving us lectures like you gonna take your belt off or something. Giving us lectures like you gonna go out, like you gonna send one of us outside to go get a switch. Who you think you are, Negro? What you need to do is you need to get Kamala, Tim Walz, Nancy Pelosi, and the whole damn bunch. Pack they shit up and get the fuck out of the White House. Because we tired. We don't care if you black. We don't care if she thinks she black. We don't give a damn about none of that. What we care about is lower inflation, affordable housing, affordable groceries, and a country that ain't going to shit because you're driving it into the damn ground. You bunch of damn communists. He showed up with his hands on his hips. Got me twisted, nigga. I still got some of that young nigga energy in me. That Gen X energy. That if you don't shut your baby boomer ass the fuck up, because we don't care what you got to say, Negro. Whole time you was in office, you never addressed racism. The moment you get out of office and it's convenient for you to say so, now you want to talk about how America's the most racist country in the world. Well, why didn't you do something about it when your ass was in office for 8 years? You know why you didn't do nothing about it? Because you was too busy spending money like it was going out of style. I don't know why Negroes look up to you anyway, with your old simping, hen-pecked ass. Your wife talked more than you did. Half the time I was wondering who was the damn president, you or Michelle. Running around here talking about Trump did XYZ and Trump did this and Trump did. First of all, sir, we don't got nothing to do with your personal BS towards Trump. That ain't got shit to do with us. That ain't got nothing. Absolutely, positively, nothing to do with us. You and Donald Bromwell. The nerve, the audacity. around here talking to black men like, man, please. 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 They're really playing in our face, though, y'all. They really playing in our face, y'all. They literally went and got this dude on some, we can't get the black men to vote for us. And this Negro was like, hold my beer. Nah, nigga, take your ass back to the crib and pick that beer right back up. Sit your ass in that lazy boy chair and watch as the rest of this election plays out. And when Donald Trump gets elected, you can punch the air or whatever it is, curse at the TV or whatever it is you're going to do. Ain't never in my life seen such tomfoolery. Never in my life. Shout out to Andre. He said, from me and my son Julius, who gave earlier on fam. Appreciate you, bro. Shout out to DJF. He said, technically, we never had a black president. Shout out to DJF. He said, Barack father isn't black American. That's facts. Shout out to Jay Frost. He said, Obama been a ghost president whole term. Ooh, Jesus. Shout out to Jabril. He said, Obama is wrong and his haircut look weak. Oh my God. Not his haircut. Not his haircut. Yo, shout out to Life is Good. He said, mended. Already read that one. Shout out to Tootie Bug. Said, I'm back. BINO. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Shout out to Lord Geotron. He said he mistakes his own hatred of America with thinking black men, one and all, hate this country. Wrong, Barack. We love this country and want it to last. Shout out to Uncle Ben. He said, chill out. He's not my uncle, y'all. Uncle Ben's nephew. Shout out to Tootie Bug for gifting the membership. Shout out to Music Man for the membership. Shout out to Steve H. Shout out to Miss Polly. Said, good evening, sir. What's going on? Shout out to BT. Said, for the cook session, best on the web, AM. Shout out to Mickey. Said, preach, AM. My co-workers needed this. Preaching. Oh, your co-workers listening? What they think about what I had to say? Shout out to Mr. Lone Star. Said, we figured him out a long time ago. Yeah. Yeah. Like ain't nobody going for that BS, man. tell his story walking. Don't nobody want to hear that foolishness. Don't nobody want to hear that tomfoolery. Don't nobody want to hear that tomfoolery at all. And I'm telling y'all right now, if you don't know, they are all over the internet roasting this dude into oblivion. You hear me? They are roasting this dude into oblivion. They on X going in. Going in. I'm talking about all I see is, hey, Barack Obama. Dear Barack Obama. Hey, bruh. Look. You think I'm joking? Look at that. Going in.
It must be sad, man. Fuck you. Fuck Kamala Harris. And fuck the Democratic Party. We vote for Trump, bruh.
Look.
I'm CJ Pearson, one of the young black men that President Obama yesterday tried to lecture into supporting Kamala Harris just because she, quote, looks like me. Now, guys, I don't know about y'all, but I think that my ancestors fought far too hard for my right to vote in this country for me to support someone just because they look like me. Especially when that person who looks like me doesn't give a damn about me. Kamala Harris, for her entire political career, hasn't done a single thing for black people, black men, or anyone, actually, for that matter. She failed to secure the border. She hasn't created a single job. She is actually probably uniquely terrible at her job. Barack Obama, another person who didn't do a damn thing for black people when he was president, believes that black men should set aside our disagreements, set aside our grievances, and just take one for the team. Barack, we've been taking one for the team when it comes to supporting the Democrat Party for decades. And what do we have to show for it? Our inner cities are destroyed. Violent crime is up. We are living in poverty in too many communities across this country. That is the reality of progressive policies in this country and all across America. So no, Barack, I'm not going to support Kamala Harris because you said that is my duty as a young black man. No, I'm going to support Donald Trump. The president who actually delivered for black people, brought about the lowest black unemployment rate in our nation's history. The president who actually gave a damn about our community. That's not rocket science, Barack. It's common sense.
Ooh-wee. It says, my name is CJ Pearson. I'm 22 years old. And in 25 days, I'll be joining millions of other young black men and voting for Donald J. Trump. And we don't give a damn about what Barack Obama has to say about it. Woo! You know what? Hey, black men, I gotta give y'all props, man. Shout out to Casual Germ. I gotta give y'all props, man. Y'all are actually proving. Y'all actually, you know what? Here's the funny thing. This is what's hilarious. This is what's hilarious about it. Lyndon Baines Johnson, President Lyndon Baines Johnson, said that he would have black people voting Democrat for 300 years. Guess what? It's only been 60. It's only been 60. And it seems like your math is a little off. It seems like you were wrong about that one, old LBJ. I told you. This is a different look. You gotta understand. You gotta understand something about this right here. See dudes like this, 22 years old. He's about the same age as my son, right? So this is what you gotta realize, right? These guys are not impressed with the whole first black president BS. Because they didn't grow up in a world where a black man has never been president. They didn't grow up in a world where a black man hasn't been president. You were first elected 16 years ago. 16 years ago. That means that this guy right here was 6 years old. He was 6 years old when you were first elected. 6. So a lot of these younger generation guys, you can't trick them with the, oh, we gotta vote for this person just because they're black. Because they don't have the same experience as you or I, Barack Obama. They did not grow up in a world where we're trying to prove something by getting the first black this or the first black that. By the time they've gotten grown, we've already had the first black everything. The concept of Jim Crow may as well be as far away as slavery for these younger folk. They don't have the same worldview as you, bruh. They don't have the same worldview as you. What they care about, if they're smart at that age, is the fact that most of them can't even afford to get an apartment. A lot of them, a lot of those guys that are Gen Z and all of that, they literally are in a better financial position than I was at that age, than my father was at that age, than my grandfather was at that age. They literally have more education, more opportunity, and a higher earning potential, and they can't even afford to be on their own half the time. That says it all. So when you get up there talking about the economy's doing great. Oh, Joe Biden and Kamala did a great job. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. The average Gen Zer has more education, higher earning potential, and they can't even afford to get an apartment. That says it all. There's literally nothing else you got to say. Literally nothing else you got to say. And look, there's more. Here's another person talking about Barack Obama. Here's another person promoting Trump. This sister told the truth. Let's play this.
Why are black men being lectured to? Why are black men being belittled in ways that no other voting group?
A tour of media to appeal to men.
They need to appeal to the needs of the voters. And so when I was a delegate for President Obama in both of his elections in Ohio, right now the vice president is down 11 points in Ohio, even though I fully expect President Trump to take Ohio as he did twice, but to be down 11 points compared to President Biden, that is a problem. But this other issue I want to bring up is a problem too. Why are black men being lectured to? Why are black men being belittled in ways that no other voting group? Now, a lot of love for former President Obama, but for him to single out black men is wrong. And some of the black men that I have talked to have their reasons why they want to vote a different way. And even if some of us may not like that, we have to respect it. So unless President Barack Obama is going to go out and lecture every other group of men from other identity groups, my message for Democrats is don't bring it here to black men who, by and large, don't vote much differently from black women. And why? As a politician, we should be trying to get all voters to vote. And hopefully there are a few good men out there who do care about the stripping away of some of women's bodily autonomy. But this is wrong for President Obama. It is a wrong course for the Harris-Walz campaign to lay at the feet of black men when they have their reasons. In 2020, the vice president was labeled a cop, as we know.
But do you think, sorry to interrupt you, Nina, but do you think he's right? That one of the reasons is because they don't like the idea of
it might be some listen, black men are socialized in the same society as any other man. So yes, is misogyny maybe a part of it? But again, is President Obama and is the Harris-Walz campaign going to lecture other male groups in the same way that they're lecturing
this is
black?
not.
You know what you just saw? That's a black woman right there. That's a black woman right there. That's a grown black woman right there. Even though she's a Democrat, even though she said she has love for Barack Obama, she said, why are you lecturing black men? Why are you singling black men out? And I told you, I can't stand this one down here. I don't know if you notice, but whenever other people are talking, she's always cutting her damn eyes. Like, I'm usually a great judge of character because I sit back and I watch people's facial expressions and stuff. All she does, like, I'm going to turn the sound off. Look at her. Look at the way she's looking. You ever see somebody, you ever be talking to somebody and you could tell they don't give a shit about what you're talking about because they be blinking mad slow? See, if you know anything about women, women don't have to roll their eyes to roll their eyes. You feel what I'm saying? One of the ways that women roll their eyes is that slow blinking. The pursing of the lips and the slow blinking. That's what she does when people are talking. Like, I can't even watch CNN when she's interviewing people because she is one of the most condescending. I can't even say what I want to say. I can't even say what I want to say. Can't even say what I want to say. Did you see what Dr. Umar said about Trump? He even went as far as saying he won. Y'all love, why do y'all like to say stuff? You know what? I'm sorry. I'm gonna start reading the comments before I put them up on the screen. I'm gonna start reading the comments before I put them up on the screen because y'all be saying triggering things. Shout out to Big Mike. He said Obama is a low testosterone Negro. Shout out to Edgar. Appreciate you. But yeah, if you just go through Twitter, you're gonna see mad videos of people going in. I'm talking about going all the way in. Shout out to Tall. He said just some support. Appreciate you. And with that being said, I'm about to get up out of here, man, because I'm kind of tired. I've been up since early this morning. If you have not checked out my book, The Angryman Standard, definitely go over to Amazon, type The Angryman Standard in the search bar, and it will come up. You feel me? I don't think I'm gonna leave this video up because I went a little berserk. I ain't even going front. I should have maintained my said Obama is setting the stage for black men to be blamed when Kamala loses. That's what the talking points will be. Well, yeah, that'll be one of the talking points, but it won't be all of the talking points. Let me tell you something. When Kamala loses, there's going to be a lot to dissect. It's not just going to be that. When she loses, they're going to have to discuss the whole swapping out Joe Biden for Kamala. You feel what I'm saying? Because even though they were looking at Joe Biden like he couldn't win, he was still doing better in the polls than she was once she came in. So they're going to look at that. They're going to look at the fact that she waited too late. She already didn't have but a couple of months. But for the majority of that time, she didn't do interviews, right? She waited too long. And now it's too little too late. They trying to do a media blitz and trying to do a media blitz this late in the game and only going to places where you're comfortable. That's not a good look. In addition to that, they're going to be talking about her picking Tim Walz over Shapiro. They're going to be talking about her not answering certain questions. They're going to talk about the word salad. There's going to be a lot to dissect. In fact, there's a mountain of things that she's done wrong. In fact, I would argue that there's so much that she's done wrong that if they try to place that at the feet of black men, they're just going to look crazy and only serve to push black men further away from the Democrat Party. So they can play that game if they want to. Like real talk. They can play that game if they want to. If they want to go that route, what they need to understand and what they need to realize is that, like I've said numerous times on this channel before, it is a new day. This is a new black man that you're dealing with. So the only way you're going to get the support of black men in this day and age is you are going to have to offer them something. And one of the main things, one of the main starting points, okay, if you want to begin to get the black male support back, and this doesn't just go for politicians, this goes for everybody. You can start with giving us some damn respect. You can start by giving us some damn respect. And then we can move on from there. But, like I said, make sure y'all go over and check out my book on Amazon. All you have to do is type The Angryman Standard in the search bar and it will come up. Or you can hit the link down in the description. It's available in hard, back, and paper, back, whatever, right? Also, if you want to check out the merchandise, all you have to do is go to shopBinoNation.com. Again, that is shopBinoNation.com. And you can check out the merchandise. But yo, I said check out the merchandise. Pause. That's wild. Yo, but other than that, man, I appreciate you guys for coming in. Yo, shout out to everybody that contributed tonight. There was a tremendous amount of contributions. Salute to the sponsors. I really appreciate you guys. Shout out to my man, Bryant. Definitely shout out to Yvette, Queen of the Hateful Eight. Shout out to my man, Daywalker. And shout out to my man, Steve H. I really appreciate you guys for coming through, showing love. Salute to everybody that contributed. Salute to everybody that hit the like button. And I'll be back at you guys tomorrow morning. Holla at y'all later. Deuces.
Spartans! What is your profession?